welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Courtney and I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and aspiring author. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the planner situation. It's that time of year where everyone is sort of trying to figure out what they need going into next year, what has worked, what they thought would work that didn't work, and what the plans are for next year. I think I'm going to break this into a few different videos. So for today, we are going to talk about what I have been using for most of the year, what's worked, and kind of what, I wouldn't say it hasn't necessarily worked, but I feel like I could find a better way to do some of the things that I'm currently doing. So I am going to flip the camera around and we will dive into the whole planner crisis situation of it all. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about what I started the year out with. So I knew that I was staying in my personal rings. I had pretty much discovered the inserts that worked for me, which are Franklin Covey compact size inserts in my personal rings. Pretty much worked out that at the very least I needed monthly, weekly, dailies in here. And then throughout the course of the year, I've kind of experimented with having different sections in here. Sometimes, depending on what's going on in my life at the moment, I require more, sometimes less, and that's fine. I really think that is one of the benefits and one of my favorite things about having a ring planning system. And for the most part, this is still working. I'm trying to figure out, like in Q4, exactly what I need in this system for 2025, but I'm fairly certain that rings aren't going anywhere. And then the next thing that I needed, and this is actually my second book, is a place for memory keeping. At the beginning of the year, I started in a B6-stology. When I filled that up, I switched to a sterling ink. This is the B6 compact. I did go, and because I had been doing gratitude, I think I might have even been doing it in my personal rings. I'm not sure, but I did go ahead and fill out the pages or the months in my B6 that were in my other system so that I could have a full year of gratitude. Although, joke's on me because I stopped doing anything in here pretty much in September. So you can see where I stopped. It's now October. I have not done anything in the monthlies, and I pretty much have fallen off of my weeklies. I think, yeah, I fell off on my weeklies in August. I mean, I have like the pictures printed out. I just haven't gone back to fill them in. And I would like to do that before the end of the year. I would like to have at least all of the monthlies figured out. And then I figured or I discovered that I would likely run out of room in the blank pages in the back for the end of the year. So then I just started kind of filling them in with whatever I wanted to. Most of the stuff has been like tarot stuff, that has become something that I'm interested in. And I did not have a place to really make any notes about that or anything. I think I did kind of do a little bit of journaling, and you can see I started thinking about my 2025 planner system, writing about some of the cards, some of my oracle cards that I had, and then just notes. So this is really like all the pages that I have left for the year in this B6. This cover is like beat up as hell, but it's fine. I just really need to get back into it. Okay, and then let's talk about the other thing that I had that is also really kind of working is my A5 rings. So I use this for writing and like content stuff. So I have notes in here, and then I just bought these inserts off of Amazon. So you get a monthly, and then you get the weeklies in between each month. And I didn't really start using them like in earnest until probably March. I get like a little bit more involved. I'll kind of flip through a little bit for you. Some weeks I really use them heavily. Other weeks I did not. Some weeks I decorated. Some weeks I did not. It doesn't, I mean, it's just, it is what it is. I don't necessarily need stickers in here. It was just a place for me to use my stickers. Since I don't really use them anywhere else, and I hadn't been really using my B6 memory plant, like see, this is all like ink. So this is still working for me to some degree. I have like content stuff where I can kind of break down what I wanted to do in videos and blog posts. I was using this, let me see if I can find a blank one. Month on one page for like Instagram stuff, or that had been my intention. I have not really been active on Instagram. Something like that I just can't conquer. And then this is kind of all of my writing stuff chucked back here. So just notes and worksheets about writing, notes about the things that I am writing, and then just like indie or self-publishing things to kind of consider and figure out before I publish. I also have some project planning sheets back here, and then I have some like income trackers and spending logs and all of that. And then in the back, I have my in case of emergency and if lost found cards. This was a die cut from a long time ago. That's in here, and that's it. So I have been using this. I had my goals in here as well. And this is very heavy. This is an A5 Moterm rings in chestnut, and I love the color. This is also chestnut. You can see a little bit of difference in the two of them. I really love the cover. I love the planner, but when I had my goals in it, it was very heavy. So I ended up taking my goals section out and putting it in this A5 file effects that I have. So I also have some like writing like worksheets and stuff in here to help with like plot breakdowns and all of that kind of stuff. And then I have the HB90, I think this is the 2024 goals planner. I believe she had it on sale, so I just went ahead and bought it, downloaded it, and then printed out just like the well, I printed out Q3 and Q4. Q3 just so I could kind of go through and get the hang of using it, and then Q4 obviously for the last few months of the year. So it is very chunky, and it just was too heavy for my A5 rings, so I have all of my goal planning stuff in here, and I actually like having them broken up a little bit better. So technically these are all of the things in my system that are currently working. And then I guess we can talk about, can we? Did I bring it up here? The other thing that I started doing this year that is still working pretty well is that I decided to keep a separate planner for like all of my health stuff. I have been working really hard to lose weight this year and to get my diet and eating habits to clean them up a little bit better. I am pre-diabetic, and I have been working with my my primary care doctor as well as a dietitian to make some changes to kind of help me reverse that number that was steadily going up. That would put me over the line where I would actually be considered a diabetic. My A1C is what I'm referring to. If you have no idea and you don't have like a family history of diabetes, and it's nothing that you have to really worry about. I have a family history. My father was diabetic. One of my siblings is diabetic. My grandfather was diabetic. He actually lost his foot to diabetes. And then I also had, with my last pregnancy, I had gestational diabetes as well. So I've been working with them to kind of reverse my A1C before I got to the point where I needed to take medication for it. So to track all of that, I bought this N1, which is the standard size common planner. This is the horizontal compact. So I have been using, I'm not going to open up to like a page with the actual information in it. Hold on, maybe I can. Okay, so on the monthly view, I have a little key for symptoms, like health things that I commonly experience during the month. And then at the bottom, I have a tracker for medications that I may take during the month that aren't the medications that I take every day, if that makes sense. So every day I have like I take just a regular kind of multivitamin, and then I have a medicine that I take for my allergies at night, and then I have something that I take every day for my depression and anxiety. So those are the things that I take regularly every day. I don't really track them on here because I just know that I'm supposed to take them every day. But if I do want to track, like if I'm taking Advil, like the number of days that I'm taking Advil, or the number of days in a month where I'm taking something in addition to my regular allergy medicine. If I am having to use my inhaler, or if I'm having something where I need to take like something for digestive or stomach issues, whatever they may be. So that's what I track on the bottom. And then because I didn't start this until, I don't think I started it until April. I was tracking all of this in my personal ring planner on the pages that the weeks that I didn't need because I started it late. I just created the same tracker. So I have a mood tracker for every month, and then I track anxiety, depression, fatigue, and sleep as well. So I have drawn those out for the months. I think I added energy in May. So you can see those here. And then this is October, where I have missed some days of tracking. I have these things written down in my, like in my notes section in my ring planner. I just have not put them on the page for whatever reason. And then in my weeklies, I track, yes, this is fine. I track my exercise, I track what I'm eating, and these are kind of the stats from my Fitbit, and then this number on the side is my morning fasting blood sugar. And then on this side, which is like the notes page, I will just write a little, it's kind of a little bit of micro journaling about, sometimes it's like about something that's going on in my body, or sometimes it's about how I'm feeling about my body, and just kind of a little note about how my mental health is doing for that day. So yeah, I've been doing this since April in here. I really like it. The one thing is that I don't really have a need for the back pages. So I have been doing a little bit of journaling in here. And I like having a space to journal. I'm not loving that I'm doing it with my health tracker, just because I sometimes, like when I have doctor's appointments or when I go to therapy, I will take this with me, and I just don't want my personal journaling in a place where like I might forget it. Like if I leave this behind and people are like seeing what my weight is or what I'm eating, I really don't care. But then there's some stuff that I may say in my personal journaling that I'm just not super comfortable with someone else reading. So I've been kind of contemplating what I want to do next year for both of these things. Do I want to attempt to move my health tracking stuff back into my personal rings and then just have like a journal that like sits on my nightstand? I'm not sure. The other thing that I added kind of impulsively, because it's what we do, is this pocket rings. And I'm just going to say, I bought this because it's adorable, and I was watching all these pocket ring videos and it's super cute, but I have no use for this really. I will likely keep it just in case at some point in 2025 I want to move into pocket rings, but I have no idea what this is. I'm not using it for anything. I do have it in my bag. It has like my license and my credit cards in the back, but honestly, I could just take that little like wallet insert and just put it in whatever planner I choose to use and leave this at home, because I don't have any. It did come in handy a couple weeks ago at a soccer game. I had it and I was listening to an audiobook and wanted to take some notes, but other than that, I have no need. need for it. And then the last thing, hopefully I can get this in before my battery dies, is the Hobonichi Weeks, which, I mean, I love the Hobo Weeks, and I feel weird when I don't have one in my lineup. It started as like, oh, this is what I'm going to carry around with me in my bag. And I didn't really use it. So I have transitioned it into being like a mini tarot journal, which I put like my weekly reading, and then I draw a tarot card and I'll just put what it is and write notes about it and kind of use it that way. So I'm happy that it's getting used. You can see it's messy. It's just pen and mild liner and like my super messy, quick, messy notes. I have some lists in the back that I've transferred to my rings. But other than that, I don't really use it. I don't take it out of the house. I do love this cover that I bought off of Etsy though. So I'm really at the point where I need to figure out what I want to do for next year. I want to try to combine as many things as I can in a way that really makes sense and is functional. I should not have 7 planners that although I'm really only in my personal rings and my A5 rings, as far as planning goes, I do fill out my health tracker. I don't even fill it out every day. Like I said, I have a lot of this information just in notes pages in my personal rings, and I may wait 2 or 3 days and then go back and fill it in and kind of throw those pages away. I'm kind of fine with that, but I don't think I need this much of a footprint, particularly since I've reached my goal weight. So at this point it's about maintaining that, and my A1C has come down a couple of points since the last time I had my numbers tested in the spring, before I really like took on this program and decided this is what I really want to do. So I don't feel like I need this much space to do those things in. So yeah, that's kind of where I am in my planner conundrum towards the end of 2024 going into the next year. So have you figured out what you're using? Are you already settled in the system? Or are you not changing anything? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to click the subscribe button down below. And thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you in my next video. Bye.